Hello dear Scalites. So today I am going to deliver the lecture, or I will be continuing the lecture which we have left on the chapter sentence. In my earlier lecture I have told you what is the meaning of sentences and what are the parts of sentences. So let us continue with the chapter and move on to the other important topics of the sentences. So let's have a look. Next topic is object. Now what exactly is object? See, when the verb in the predicate is a transitive verb, it requires an object to complete its sense. Now what is the meaning? As I told you, there are two parts of a sentence, a subject and a predicate. So what exactly is a subject? The first part of the sentence, that is the noun, is a subject, and the second part of the sentence including the verb is known as predicate. So now we are talking only about the predicate, that is the second part of the sentence. So here we are having, see, what exactly is an object? See, in predicate or the second part of the sentence we have a verb. Okay, so when a verb in the predicate requires an object to complete its sense. Now there is a term, transitive verb. What is the meaning of transitive verb? A verb which requires an object to complete its sense is known as transitive verb. Okay, so now what exactly is the meaning, or how we can transform this definition into simpler words is कि जब सेंटेंस में जो सेकेंड पार्ट होता है, दैट इज द प्रेडिकेट पार्ट. ओके, और उसके अंदर जो वर्ब होता है, जब वो पूरा कंप्लीट सेंस या कंप्लीट मीनिंग नहीं दे पाता है, तो देन उसको किस चीज़ की ज़रूरत होती है? एक ऑब्जेक्ट की ज़रूरत होती है टू कंप्लीट द मीनिंग और टू कंप्लीट द सेंस ऑफ द sentence, so that everybody or we should understand what exactly is being given in the particular sentence, or what exactly the sentence is conveying, what sense exactly the sentence is conveying. So let us take some examples in order to make it clear ki what exactly is an object. So let us take some of the sentence. See, for example, I throw. Now what? See, there are two words. I throw. Now, what I am throwing, nobody knows. Okay, because it is the sense is not complete. The sentence is not complete. So if I say I throw a ball, what am I throwing? I throw a ball. So now by adding another two words, that is a ball. So here I throw a ball. So now throw is a verb. ठीक है, थ्रो जो है वो वर्ब है, लेकिन यहाँ पर आई थ्रो से इसका मीनिंग कंप्लीटली या इसका सेंस नहीं निकल कर आ रहा है, या और वी कैन से द मीनिंग इज इनकम्प्लीट. तो अब हमें इसके अंदर ऑब्जेक्ट लगाना है. सो ऑब्जेक्ट क्या कि हम क्या थ्रो कर रहे हैं, मैं क्या थ्रो कर रहा हूँ. आई एम थ्रोइंग अ बॉल, आई थ्रो अ स्टोन, आई थ्रो अ ब्लॉक. ठीक है, तो जो वर्ड या ग्रुप ऑफ वर्ड्स किसी भी जो वर्ड या जो ऑब्जेक्ट हम एक पर्टिकुलर सेंटेंस के मीनिंग को कंप्लीट करने के लिए यूज करते हैं, दैट पर्टिकुलर वर्ड इज कम्स अंडर द कैटेगरी ऑफ ऑब्जेक्ट. सो लेट अस हैव अ लुक एट सम अदर एग्जांपल्स. आई ईट. नाउ द मीनिंग इज इनकम्प्लीट. So what does I eat? What do I eat? I eat fruits. Fruits. So now eat is a verb. Now what is an object? Fruit is an object. Now I sing. Now see, sing is a verb, but the meaning is incomplete. I sing, मैं गाती हूँ, मैं गा रही हूँ, या मैं गाती हूँ, सॉरी, मैं गाती हूँ, मैं क्या गाती हूँ? I sing a song. So a song is an object. So what is an object? A song is an object. So I hope it is, the meaning of object is clear. Yes. If you if you have any query, or if you are not able to understand, you can directly contact me, or just send me a message on the WhatsApp group. So now after completing the object, we'll come to the next topic, that the objects are of two types, or the object is being divided into two. There are two types of objects, direct and indirect. Direct object, now there are two types of objects, direct object and indirect object. So let us have a look at the direct object first. So see, when a noun which is placed after a verb is answering what? Have you understood? See, when a noun is answering what, that is being placed after a verb, so that that object is known as direct object. See, so the noun which is answering what, okay, and the noun always is being placed after a verb, then such type of object or such type of noun is known as direct object. Now we move on to the second type of object, that is indirect object. is an indirect object? The noun naming the person for whom something is done is the indirect object of the verb. So what is an indirect object? That means कि if we ask a question whom, or the noun, or the noun for whom something is being done, that is the indirect object of the noun. So let us take an example in which the confusion will be clear between an direct and indirect object. So now the example is the teacher gave sweets to the children. The teacher gave sweets to the children. Now what we have to identify? The direct object as well as indirect object. So before proceeding to the differentiation of direct and indirect object, I would like to explain once again what the subject, the predicate, the verb. Okay, so let us revise once again. See, the teacher gave sweets to the children. So here first the sentence, as I told you, the sentence is divided into two parts, or the sentence is having two parts, subject and predicate. So which one is the subject? The teacher. The teacher is the subject. Now we don't have to bother about the subject because we are only concerned about the predicate. Why? Because only in the predicate the object part is being there, is present. Okay, and we are going to identify direct object as well as indirect object. So we are not concerned about the subject. Now only we are concerned with the verb, then the second part of the sentence, that is the predicate. So let us find out the verb. So what is the verb? Gave is the verb. Now as I told you, what is the direct object? If the noun which is giving the answer for what, like for example, the teacher gave what, the answer will be the direct object. Okay, what does the teacher give? The teacher gave sweets. So that means sweets is the direct object. So what is the meaning of the sentence? Okay, let us take like this. What is the meaning of this sentence? The teacher gave sweets to the children. That means टीचर ने बच्चों को स्वीट्स दी. ठीक है, तो अब डायरेक्ट ऑब्जेक्ट में क्या होता है कि अगर हम क्वेश्चन पुट अप करते हैं कि टीचर ने क्या दिया या क्या दिया, व्हाट, सो आंसर क्या होगा? टीचर ने क्या दिया? स्वीट्स दी. किसको दी? टू whom. तो वो क्या हो जाएगा? अगर ये आंसर आता है किसको दी, तो वो किसे दी? टू द चिल्ड्रन. तो ये क्या हो जाएगा हमारा? इनडायरेक्ट ऑब्जेक्ट. इनडायरेक्ट. So I hope the differentiation between the object and the between direct and indirect object is being cleared? Yes. So once again I want to revise, and then we'll proceed with the next one. See, as I've told you, there are two parts of a sentence, subject and predicate. So here in this sentence, what is the subject part? The teacher, that is the noun part. And the second part of the sentence is gave sweets to the children, that is the predicate part. Now we are only concerned about with the second part of the sentence, that is the predicate part, because in predicate part only we are going to identify the object, direct as well as indirect object. So now let us have a look, or let us identify the verb. Verb is gave. अब gave जो है, gave के बाद अगर verb के साथ जो नाउन है, या जो भी नाउन इस चीज का आंसर देता है, what, gave के बाद verb के साथ अगर कोई भी नाउन इस चीज का आंसर देता है कि what, that means कि gave, दिया, क्या दिया, तो क्या दिया, स्वीट्स दी, स्वीट्स, आंसर क्या आया, स्वीट्स, तो ये क्या हो गया, डायरेक्ट ऑब्जेक्ट। लेकिन अगर हम क्वेश्चन कोई भी वर्ब के साथ अगर हम क्वेश्चन पुट अप करते हैं, whom, किसको, तो अगर जो वर्ड्स इस चीज का आंसर हमें देते हैं, किसको दी, टू whom, तो वो क्या हो जाएगा, इनडायरेक्ट ऑब्जेक्ट। तो इस सेंटेंस में क्या है, टीचर गेव, टीचर ने दी, क्या दी, स्वीट्स दी, तो स्वीट्स क्या हो जाएगा हमारा डायरेक्ट, किसको दी, टू द चिल्ड्रन। सो इनडायरेक्ट ऑब्जेक्ट क्या हो जाएगा, द चिल्ड्रन। ओके, सो लेट अस प्रोसीड टू द नेक्स्ट वन। Now let us take some of the example to make it more clear the differentiation between a direct and an indirect object. Okay, so now let us take some of the examples so that the difference between direct and indirect will be more clear to you people. Okay, so now what we have to do, we have to circle the direct object and underline the indirect object in these sentences. The first sentence is I bought a cycle for my brother. I bought a cycle for my brother. Now, as I told you, कि first what you have to consider is only the predicate part, that is from the verb. So what is the verb here? I is a subject, bought is a verb. So verb के बाद अगर आप क्वेश्चन पुट अप करते हो, I bought, मैंने खरीदी, क्या खरीदी? A cycle. What have you bought? A cycle. So cycle क्या हो गया आपका? डायरेक्ट ऑब्जेक्ट. For whom, आपने किसके लिए खरीदी? तो आंसर विल बी my brother. So here we have to underline it. Is it clear? So let us take some other examples. The teacher told them a story. The teacher told them a story. अब the teacher हो गया subject, told हो गया verb, them a story. अब अगर मैं क्वेश्चन पुट अप करती हूँ, the teacher told, टीचर ने बताया, क्या बताया? A story. तो अ स्टोरी क्या हो गया हमारा? डायरेक्ट ऑब्जेक्ट. किसको बताया? देम. तो ये हो गया हमारा इनडायरेक्ट ऑब्जेक्ट. नाउ अगेन, प्लीज बाय मी अ स्कूल बैग. प्लीज बाय मी अ स्कूल बैग. यहाँ पर क्या आएगा? यहाँ पर देयर इज नो सब्जेक्ट. यहाँ पर क्या है? प्लीज बाय मी अ स्कूल बैग. क्या बाय करना है? अ स्कूल बैग. व्हाट? अ स्कूल बैग. फॉर whom? फॉर मी. Is it clear? So now we'll proceed on to the next topic of the chapter sentence, that is a compliment. अभी तक what we have studied till now, we have studied definition of sentences, then parts of sentences, yes, then again an object. Now we are going to study the another topic, that is compliment. So now, what is a complement? Just now we have studied object. Now we are going to study the topic complement. When the verb in the predicate is an intransitive verb, it requires an additional word or group of words to complete its meaning. So what exactly is what exactly is complement? When the verb in the predicate is an intransitive verb. That means कि जब verb predicate में intransitive verb होता है. intransitive verb कौन सा verb होता है? which do not have object. जिस verb में object नहीं होता है उसको हम intransitive verb कहते हैं. transitive verb कौन सा होता है? जिस verb में object होता है उसे हम transitive कहते हैं. So now what is a complement? कि when the verb in the predicate is an intransitive verb. तो जब predicate में verb intransitive होता है तो then it requires a word or a group of word to complete its sense. Okay, so what exactly is a complement? That means कि word or group of words that are required to complete the sense of the verb, then this group of word or separate word is known as a complement. Okay, so again I am repeating my words. See, आपने देखा अभी जैसे हमने ऑब्जेक्ट पढ़ा तो ऑब्जेक्ट में हमने क्या पढ़ा कि अगर एक वर्ब है, ठीक है, एक वर्ब है लेकिन वो कंप्लीट नहीं कर रहा है मीनिंग, उसका कोई सेंस नहीं निकल कर आ रहा है, तो हमने उसके अंदर एक ऐड ऑन कर दिया. ठीक, तो उस वर्ड को क्या बोलेंगे हम? ऑब्जेक्ट. और वो बेसिकली क्या होता है? नाउन होता है. ठीक है, अब यहाँ पर क्या है? वहाँ पर तो ऑब्जेक्ट था, ऑब्जेक्ट में क्या था? ट्रांजिटिव वर्ब. ठीक है, अब यहाँ प्रेडिकेट में क्या है कि वर्ब ही नहीं है, ऑब्जेक्ट ही नहीं है. दैट इज इंट्रांजिटिव वर्ब. वो कौन सी कैटेगरी का वर्ब है? इंट्रांजिटिव कैटेगरी का वर्ब है. सो उसको मीनिंग को कंप्लीट करने के लिए या उसको प्रॉपर सेंस में लाने के लिए वी नीड एन एडिशनल वर्ड या ग्रुप ऑफ वर्ड्स. सो दैट पर्टिकुलर वर्ड और अ ग्रुप ऑफ वर्ड्स which is required to complete the sense or to complete the meaning of a particular sentence is known as a complement. So let us take some of the examples. For example, see, the baby was alert. The baby is the subject, was is the helping verb. Okay, so now the baby was is not giving any complete sense or any of the sense. We are not able to understand what this particular sentence is conveying. Okay, so by adding a word simply alert, the meaning or the sense is complete. We are able to understand that the baby was alert. Baby जो था वो alert था. ठीक है, so here what is the complement? Alert is the complement. So let us take one more example. People are in the hall. So here the second one is this is A. People are in the hall. लोग कहाँ पर हैं? See, if we say people are is a helping verb. Okay, so now in order to complete the meaning we need a group of words or a particular word. That is, people are in the hall. So what is the complement? In the hall is the complement. So now we have
31.
now so today we have studied two topics, that is object and complement. So now what you people have to do, you have to complete the exercises which are given in your book related to these topics which we have covered in the last two lectures. Thank you so much.